I'm a biologist from the University of Texas at Austin, and I am at the Santillana National Wildlife Refuge. This refuge is one of many along the US-Mexico border, and I am here today because unfortunately this will be one of the first places to be impacted by the construction of the border wall. This is one of the last remnants of a special habitat, the Tamaulipan thorn scrub, that has been incredibly reduced and only occurs in this region and in Mexico. Tamaulipan thorn scrub is a special habitat because it is a biodiversity hotspot. It is home to many tropical and subtropical species that don't occur in other places in the United States.
So we are studying the potential impacts of a border wall on wildlife and biodiversity generally, and the ecosystems in the Rio Grande Valley and west into other states. And we're very concerned about the potential impacts of a wall. These are in highly diverse areas where there are many different kinds of plants and animals. Many of them are unusual in the United States. They only occur in these areas, like in the southern Rio Grande Valley.
Speaking as a professional ecologist, it's very, very likely there'll be all kinds of plants, all kinds of insects, all kinds of organisms of all sorts that are going to be affected. It will fragment the habitat, which is very bad for any kind of animal that has to move, that even if they could, in theory, go over a 30-foot wall, a butterfly is not going to. We know that even if they leave 4-inch barriers for animals, small animals are not always willing to use them.
So the border wall is going to be a big problem, not only because it will create a physical barrier for the movement of animals and the dispersal of plant seeds and pollen, but also because to get it to happen, there's going to be a lot of destruction of habitat and resources that the animals need to survive.
Potential impacts would include direct impacts on the habitats where the wall would be constructed. So that requires moving earth, bringing in equipment, trucks, people, changing the landscape.
Private landowners do not want the border wall on their property. They're going to fight it, and they have precedents. Much of the land in these refuges is federally owned, and there's not a lot of obstacles to building the border wall.
The biggest pieces of public land along the border are Big Bend National Park and the Lower Rio Grande Valley National Wildlife Refuge. Because those are federal, they're doubly in the crosshairs. We're just very concerned that building the wall, increasing the border barriers is going to really hurt the National Wildlife Refuge and maybe the park too.